Hello. At this point, this cup of tea has been reheated so much that I thought I would de-stress by welcoming you to a craft room tour. Incidentally, it might look a bit messy right now, but I promise I did clean up and organize just for you. So let's get started and walk you through my craft room. So before we formally begin with the craft room tour, I do have a little disclaimer. Number one, the lighting. Yesterday, I think I announced to the universe that I wanted to film this craft room tour today, so the lighting is bad. It is bad. But bear with me. And the second disclaimer is that this room has had a lot of iterations. So if you guys remember my podcast from way back when in 2018, we used to live in an apartment, so my craft room was very small and it actually only had one desk, actually two desks, one with my sewing machine and one that just kept my shipping supplies because I used to sell project bags on Etsy. And then I shared the office with my husband, and where my craft room is today, it used to be the dog's room. We used to crate him. He didn't really like it, so I said if we're not gonna crate the dog, then let me have that, take that over to use as my craft room. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and I'm gonna start walking you through this, okay? First thing we have here in this window is a sheet, a white sheet, and a $5 coat rack from Target. And the purpose of this is to diffuse the light that comes into the room. And right in front of it, I have this small desk. This used to be the only desk that I had, but it's now where I film tutorials. So here is a future project that I want to start. This basket holds projects I'm currently working on. And this background is my filming space, as you know. Drawers with projects, drawers with stash, and then some paper crafting supplies. And here we have books, notebooks, and projects. So over here, we have magazines. We have what I hope to be journals, books that I've been reading or like to read, and there's more paper crafting stuff here. Moving right along, we have my desk, and it took me quite a while to find this desk. I've actually been looking for a desk probably since we moved to this house. I kind of ignored all the aches and pains that working on the little, it's actually a vanity, on this vintage vanity brought me. So for this desk, I really love it. We got it off Amazon. The only thing that I don't really like is that so far you've seen that my furniture is kind of a creamy off-white distressed color. I absolutely love. It's kind of like that French cottagey vibes. Love them. And I was expecting this desk to either be bright white or off-white. At least that's what it seemed so on the camera, but when it came here, it's kind of a weird, cool gray white that I don't necessarily appreciate, but I do love the actual functionality of the desk. So I can walk you through some of my favorite things from this desk. Number one, this height difference for the desktop. I can actually just sit here and look straight at my computer. Great for my neck. I really like that just because they added this top here, they didn't make this desk not deep enough. I love the depth. As you can see, I have little knickknacks here. the right of me, when I sit facing my desk, I have the books that I use most often when I'm designing. So those are my Stitch dictionaries, some inspiration there for you, and just some books that I consider pretty, honestly. If you're wondering, my actual Mac Mini is here, like in this slot. And also here I have the projects that will be upcoming. So designs that will be upcoming, or in this case, my husband's sweater. And then, as I mentioned, over here we have all these various books and inspiration, my agenda, my YouTube journal. I tried to use this to muffle sound, but just some, little bits and bobs. Some snacks, because you always need snacks, okay? And of course, my ball winder. So some of the art that you're seeing here, my mom made this one, and it is a felted mermaid. I absolutely love her. This I did from Paint by Numbers. This one that you really can't see well is a shark. And I just thought it went well with the beach theme, and he's in a beautiful Victorian library. Hello. I got this in Puerto Rico actually, so I don't think I can link it, but hey. We have a mushroom girl right here. Alice in Wonderland, more mushrooms, and Alice is here because she ate mushrooms, guys. So here in the good old IKEA carts, I have hooks and just tools that I use for recording. So all my hard drives are here, calculators and projects that I've started or want to start. And the bottom shelf was supposed to have fabrics that I use as backdrops. Now I did mention that this used to be my dog's room, so unfortunately his stuff is still here, sharing space with me because we just didn't know where else to put it. But yeah, that's Ichiro's cart. This is my cart. So over here, this one's a recent addition. My husband surprised me when I got back from Alabama by hanging these fairy lights, waterfall fairy lights, which leads us nicely to my sewing corner. So my mom gave me this lovely mannequin for my birthday a year or two ago. And over there, let's get closer. So this is a basket of hopeful whips. These are yarns for projects, personal projects that I want to cast on. Starting with this one, I want to cast on the Beachy Breezy cardigan. This is a Suri alpaca. It's just butter, and I really want to cast it on. And we of course have my sewing machine. This I bought at a kind of refurbished vintage furniture, and it was actually a 1980s Singer sewing machine. She took out the sewing machine because it didn't work, and then she just sealed this up. And my sewing machine sits there. It was a gift from one of my neighbors. These are These are little notions pouches. I am obsessed with them still. It's been years since I bought them, and I still think they are probably one of the cutest notions pouches I've ever bought. Here is a lovely gift that my mom gave me for my birthday. I haven't decided where to put her, so help me out. So should I place this painting on this wall right above the sewing machine, or should I place it on the opposite wall? Or should I get a nice shelving unit and place the painting on the shelf with other sewing things? Let me know in the comment section below, please. Now for the yarn. So at the bottom, from the right to left, we have worsted weight acrylics, and then we have bulky weight acrylics. In the middle shelf, we have fingering weight cottons all the way up to DK weight cottons. And then in the top shelf, we have the indie dyed yarn and the commercial wools. So all wool in the top shelf. As for the drawer units of my cabinet, we have crochet and knit tools. So these are my crochet hook rolls. I used to sell these on Etsy. This is one of my favorite ones. They just hold crochet tools. In the second drawer, we have fancy, like, fluffy stash yarns, and in the third drawer we just have extra craft stuff. Then we have some more craft books, some past journals and glues, I guess. And then on the left drawer or cabinet we just have most of my project bags. To be honest, that is not all of it. Like I said, what we have here, hopefully at this bottom part of where the acrylics are, I'm trying to clear out space so that I can put my handmade wardrobe. So I have the vintage waist sweater, the Las Nubes top, and some things that I hope will be Christmas gifts. I started early this year because we all know what happens. And as I said, on top we have DK weight cottons. So the way I classify acrylic cottons, because sometimes I use cotton acrylic blends, and that is simply by choosing what fiber does it have most of. So if it's 80% acrylic, it'll go with the acrylics. If it's like 50-50 cotton acrylic, I'll just go by how soft it feels. It feels more like a cotton, then it goes in the cotton, and then if it feels like an acrylic, it goes in the acrylic. I had a bit of trouble identifying where to put my bamboo blend yarns, because bamboo is a type of rayon, and some people say that's a process very similar to acrylics. So that was a bit of a mind boggle. I finally just decided to put it with the cottons, even though it is not a cottony blend, because of the way the fabric drapes and breathes. I didn't feel it should go with the acrylic. So that's a little sneak peek behind the Clarissa mind, so to speak. And then, as I said, at the very top, we have the indie dyed yarns. So these are yarns that I've collected throughout the years. I have not bought as much indie dyed yarn lately, and that is because I'm trying to figure out not my aesthetic, but my color preferences. When I first started buying indie dyed yarn, I just bought to buy. I wanted to build a collection, but I didn't really put any thought behind the collection. So I have a lot of colors that don't necessarily go together, which is something that really bothers me. I'm gonna take off my glasses so there's no glare. So yeah, that really bothers me, that some of the colors aren't cohesive, because as you guys know, I tend to make a lot of garments. But anyway, I'm gonna pull out some of my favorites and share them with you. Actually, what am I saying? They're mostly all my favorites, but we're getting, Clarissa, just talk. So recent's favorite is this neon highlighter green. This was a gift from my friend Anna of Stitchcraft and Wizardry. She is a very, very talented Australian-based dyer, and I essentially wish to make all the money in the world so that I can then forward it to her and just have her give me garment quantities of most of her colorways, because hello. And this one is called Merida. I love it. Sticking with the green vein theme, which surprisingly I don't feel I actually have all that green yarn, but we have this one. This one I bought from Catherine of Crafternoon Treats. I don't remember when I bought it, but it is called Chartreuse Bride, and they were a sock set that had 200 grams. So I bought it, and of course you guys know I want to make a garment with it, because why would I make anything else that isn't a garment? This is also fingering weight wool, by the way. And then we have some special skeins. This is a sample that was sent to me by Claudia of, oh my god, Crochet Luna. This was her Luna yarns when she was working on doing her own yarn line, and it is a beautiful Z-twist plied yarn, perfect for crochet. I had originally designed what I called my Summer Breeze top. Originally I had designed it with this yarn, and it is the warmest thing out there, and it is beautiful. It is an alpaca blend, and it's very squishy and lovely. It's amazing how different Z-twist works up to S-twist yarn, and that refers to the way the yarn is plied. So in order to ply the Z-twist, you have to reverse the S-twist, if that makes sense. So yeah, we have that one. I have this one actually in this kind of strawberry red, and I have it in a purple, and I have it in a denim blue. So from the depths of my collection also, we have the 3 hanks of Wollonvine yarn that I possess. And this one, you probably says, Clarissa, that's pink. You don't do pink. True. But this is Tea Leaves, and I liked the name, so I bought it, and I mostly bought it for that speckling. That was the weakness. And then Dirty on Purpose. I really like the tones and the speckling on this one. I think it's one of her most popular colorways as well, so I actually bought them to stripe these up. And then Mom very kindly in 2018 purchased this yarn colorway. It's Edinburgh, and if I'm not mistaken, the inspiration behind this was Scottish thistle, so I think it's very appropriate. You've got the colors of the thistle right here, and now I'm thinking these 3, maybe I can force them to be together and just have a Wollonvine garment. I know they're not a perfect match, so I had these. Also dyed in 2017 actually for my first Edinburgh Yarn Festival. And I think Edinburgh and the yarn that I dyed for the Edinburgh Yarn Festival goes great together. This was dyed using avocado stones, so I've always thought I should do a garment with these 2. So those are some of the yarns, indie dyed yarns that I have here in my collection. One more. Mustache Yarns. She does some great self-striping yarn, and this one of course is called Chewbacca. It's called Chewy. It is a limited edition Mos Eisley colorway, 75/25 superwash merino nylon, 440 yards, stash in good health. Agreed. So if you're looking for self-striping yarn, I love Mustache Yarns. So you guys saw this basket, right? And that is because I recently organized my stash. And as I was organizing my stash, I was pulling out all the wool that had made its way into other parts of my collection. So now I just need to pull out all these yarns. And deal with that. Yeah, we need to do that. I haven't done it. I'm shying away from it, honestly. I keep telling myself it's because I actually want to purchase storage for to put the mini skeins. So just, you know, boxes, clear boxes that I can stack and put in the closet. I think that will be great for mini skeins. It's a better organization than Ziploc bags, and they'll stay put. That is a big thing behind it. I want them to stay put. Also, I'm considering just tying them so that no knots come out. I don't have the patience to return them into their hank format. So yeah, that is it for my craft room tour. I don't have much else to say. This is the place where I sit down and work mostly. I actually do not do any leisurely crafting here. I guess it feels too much like an office, kind of, if actually I had closed off this door and just made it into a huge window, that I would put a couch there so that I can sit and relax and have light shining down on me as I craft. I know I'm very privileged to have this space, and I'm very thankful actually to have this space and to have it be what it is. It's, like I said, it's been a collection of items. So this curio cabinet, for example, my husband found it on Facebook Marketplace. He showed it to me and I was like, done, that's exactly what I am looking for. As I said, I really like the distressed French cottage look. So huge plus for me. The sewing desk, as I said, I found it in a refurbished vintagey shop. She actually had some amazing prices. I think she closed down. She used to be in downtown Coco, like historic downtown Coco. So there was that. This lovely lady was a gift from my mom. So, you know, things that I've acquired over the years, and some of them have been repurposed for this craft corner, and some of them were bought specifically for this craft corner. The only other plans at the moment that I have, let me flip you around. So this, I actually want to get an IKEA bookshelf for that, and it is supposed to be metal because I want to take advantage of the vertical space here. And that is it for my craft room tour. Let me know if you guys have any questions, maybe about the things that I've shared that I saw. Maybe I didn't explain some things correctly and you want to know more about them. Maybe you want me to open some more drawers, although honestly, I opened all the drawers that I have. I think the only thing I didn't really draw your attention to that is looking at me, and she's so cute. I'm gonna show you. You guys know I love mushrooms, right? I mean, back here we have my mushroom corner. Okay, so I had to unplug her, but this here is a mushroom lamp that my husband got for me for my birthday this year, and I absolutely love it. He bought it off Etsy. So it is handmade. This is real moss. It's glass and it does light up. As I said, I had to disconnect it. So I will turn her on and include some footage of her because she is beautiful. Okay, just wanted to share that with you. Wait, I think, oh, if you put batteries on her, she turns on without being connected. Once again, that is it from me today. I hope that you enjoyed this craft room tour. I had fun sharing my space with you, and you know what? Actually, I had a lot of fun organizing it yesterday and trying to put things where they belong and get rid of all those teeny tiny, really tiny scraps that you just keep around because you feel guilty throwing away. But also, let me share something with you. So in the drawer that I had showed you where my vintage desk is, I made these recently to keep the little tiny scraps of yarn in one place. So they're like the embroidery thread. I just made them using cardstock and wound the yarn. Is it going to be safe for the yarn? I'm not sure. I am bobby pinning the backs though, so that the threads don't get lost in translations. So those were fun to make, and I do think they're a great way of organizing your little scraps of yarn without doing little yarn balls, because we all know that those just tend to fly away. So thank you for spending a little bit of crafty time with me today. I hope that you enjoyed my craft room tour. Is it the most organized of spaces? No, today was an exception that I hope you enjoyed, but I do really like my crafting room. Like I said, the only thing I wished was a little tiny bit differently, and I'm gonna find a way around that, is to put a cozy seating area so that I can actually craft in my craft room and not on my couch. So yeah, as to where the craft room is situated, it is right in front of the kitchen and to the right of my bedroom. Oh, and before I forget, the Celebration Crochet Along is coming to an end. It will be finished on May 1st, so this will be the last video that I release before May 1st. Oh, and before I let you guys really go, I just wanted to say thank you to those of you that have commented, shared your crochet love with me, tagged me on Instagram with things you thought I might like, or just sent me tags with projects that I designed and you're working on, as well as to those of you that are participating in the Celebration Crochet Along. Thank you so much. it really means a lot to have you make my patterns and just to have you adjust them to fit you and to have fun with them. It's the best. It's the best feeling. So that really is it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of crafty time with me and for allowing me to share my craft room with you. It is a work in progress. I often tweak it to try and find better ways or ways that I can organize it to work better for me and to be efficient as well as cozy and functional. I will see you very soon in another video. So for now, I just want to wish you happy crafting and goodbye.